Hey you guys, it's Watcher Ralph, and I'm here with my brother again, and we're about to do the spoiler review of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1. We're doing this because we're trying to cover all of the Marvel movies, the whole MCU before. So stay tuned for all those reviews as well. Now, when it comes to Guardians of the Galaxy, this movie was a space opera, this beautiful thing that just came out of nowhere.
Something that was ingenious about it is that they took a source material that didn't have that much of like a cult following, yes. or like I don't think people were really like, maybe like one or two people Guardians of the Galaxy.
Exactly.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Guardians of the Galaxy, like, I'm sorry, but I've never really heard of them before this whole movie coming out, really, like maybe in passing once, but like it was like, what is that team with the squirrel?
Exactly.
I mean, no,
with the raccoon.
And then like, it's just like it was smart, like, to take that, I think,
yes.
because then you're not like stepping on anybody, like, kind of, but you're still using something that people look like, okay, this, I could see it in the world, like, mix it in the world. And it also like is the perfect thing that takes the place of, I guess, like Silver Surfer,
yes.
Fantastic Four, them dealing with the whole, space part that played into the Thanos,
yes.
Infinity Wars, Infinity Gauntlet series. They're the ones that are doing that.
Yeah, they
like,
represent.
you know what I'm saying? They're representing the space part.
The same narrative.
Yeah.
And then someone like Chris Pratt being cast as Star-Lord is perfect, even though of course they always thought there were issues just because of other things he had done in his past, like Park and Rec, where obviously he stopped looking the role, but I mean he just got in shape easily and took over the role perfectly. He's actually kind of like right now the modern Harrison Ford doing Jurassic World, and then as kind of like his Indiana Jones version, and then now Star-Lord as his Han Solo. So he's kind of holding it down right now. And then they throw in someone like Zoe Zatana as Gamora, which of course we know that she's great at doing these type of roles, like in Avatar. But I mean, I actually prefer in this more than anything. So she's incredible in everything she does. Half Dominican, half Puerto Rican, and she holds it up. She's beautiful. She's powerful in every way possible. And then there's a character like Nebula, where it's played by an actress that most people don't know, but if you remember Doctor Who, she was Amy Pond, and I like her. A lot of people talk about how she's kind of over the top, but I mean, she is playing a character that seems to be literally just being put together, held together. Yeah. So she's over the top. Yeah. I mean, she looks over the top. You. Exactly. I
love Drax.
Drax the Destroyer.
Batista.
Batista.
You know what I'm saying? He's hilarious.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
His comedic timing.
But you know what it is? It's like it's super difficult because the funniest thing was like, how are they gonna make a rocket? Like, I mean, how are they gonna make this talking raccoon like look believable or feel like a real character? And what did they do? They killed it, bro. They nailed it.
With Bradley Cooper doing the voice, where in most cases the character usually has a Cockney accent, but in this case he went with the New Yorker, with the Joe Pesci, that Brooklyn voice accent. And
but then they got a tree, that just says a sentence. And that's it, but it's so, you feel them, like, you know what I'm saying? It's just like a beautiful thing, man. It's all around.
That was Vin Diesel's performance there, which is incredible, even though, of course, he's just saying one thing over and over. But if you see the behind the scenes, he did it in every way possible. In this one, at least, what I loved is that they also brought in little cameos like John C. Reilly, that represent
it's the Nova Corps.
Exactly,
dude.
the Nova Corps.
A Nova Corps.
And he's incredible in it. And then they got Glenn Close playing basically their leader. And all of these characters come in to round it out beautifully. Of course, another great character, Michael Rooker, playing Yondu, which, if you know James Gunn, he had basically used this actor in almost every single production before this, like Slither, which is another great film of his. And so he brought in his A game directing by introducing the music, which if you heard, he even did every scene by writing the song first and then imagining the music that would play out. So he's been lucky enough, definitely, that the studio got all the copyrights and was willing to pay for all these songs, because one thing that everybody walks out of this movie is definitely loving the music.
Yeah,
Like,
definitely. Music plays a big part in it. You know what I'm saying? It's a very beautiful film as well. Like, that is another thing. It's like, I mean, it's in space. It's just like, but it's done right. It feels so perfect. I don't know how to dislike this movie, like, at all. I just, like, throughout the whole movie, I was with a smile on my face. It feels very nostalgic if you're older. And then it also connects with the younger, like, everybody that I know that loves this movie. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, they're introducing like, this music to a whole new generation, which is great.
Yeah, I mean, you would never think that these characters could, like, interact the way they do.
Yes.
And, like, you would never expect, like, this movie to do what it did. Like, it's just like, wow.
Another great thing is that we haven't even talked about the villains, which someone like Benicio del Toro showing up, as the collector, and he has a little bit, because again they're trying to expand the universe that, as we know, when it comes to the Infinity Stones, and it even has a whole cameo the first time that Josh Brolin plays Thanos, whichever you prefer, and yes, right here. And he does a great job introducing that character, and to me, you know, it's rounded out in every way, even though it's just a few minutes. And of course, it's something that James Gunn was kind of forced to write in to, you know, keep the story going, leading to, of course, Infinity Wars. The negative is that I actually thought Lee Price and his character Ronan the Accuser was actually a good villain. He had enough scenes. He was a great introduction to a great villain, where I was like, oh, I want to see where this guy goes. Like, to me, he almost felt like how they introduced Darth Vader in the first Star Wars, where you go, oh, the potential. But to me, I was so hopeful in that aspect, and then yet he died at the end. And to me, that was the whole thing, where it kind of made the villain a little bit weaker than I was hoping. That's the only thing I could say negative about it, because it's an incredible movie. I mean, when it comes to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, no one saw this coming, and once they did, everybody, you know, I mean, okay, you sir.
It's just the idea of it. Like, you know what I'm saying? You have us, like, you are catering to, like, all these people that are, like, waiting for Star Wars to, like, really pop, you know what I'm saying? And you're giving them a little taste right now. And it's no surprised that it comes from the same, like, you know, world, I guess, at the end of it, from Disney, you know what I'm saying? So they throw you, oh, you know what, right now we're just gonna give you a little taste with these guys, and these guys took it to the next level. And you know what I'm saying, they took it to a place that I don't even think Marvel knew that it was gonna, like, pop like that. I don't even think Disney was gonna, but I like, that's why I saw it, because I knew it was like the marriage of two beautiful things.
Yes. No, it was incredible, and to me, I was glad that they chose to go with this team of the Guardians of the Galaxy. I mean, they try to do a little bit of a throwback by throwing in Yondu, which is one of the original members. But I like how they showed him, like we said, as a Ravager, which that goes further later on. And to me, this movie hit every mark. I mean, performance-wise, direction, writing, it was great. Because even the ending, the climax is incredible when Chris Pratt does the whole using even the whole music to defeat Ronan, and using kind of like the whole happiness, Footloose, using the spirit of Footloose to win the day.
Yo, this movie was like, I mean, 80s
like, references.
Look, it got a prison break in the middle of it. Yeah. The leg, I need his leg. Yo, that is insane right there. That is crazy. The bar scene, you know what I'm saying, them getting drunk and stuff. They got the, like, you know,
Rocket.
Yeah, then they go inside with the Ravagers or whatever those dudes, which Gunn is one of them.
Sean Gunn also had done the body work of Rocket. So Bradley Cooper does the voice, but on set it's actually Sean Gunn doing it, so it's actually a duo.
You know, because this is another thing that it feels like that was awesome. It feels like Serenity. It feels like Firefly. So remember, Nathan Fillion is a big dude in the prison.
CGI character.
He's the
so
one that
it's more
comes
like
out
a pure Easter egg. There are a lot of movies that you could say are comedies in now, especially lately in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but this is actually one of the funniest. You know what I'm saying?
And
like,
it wasn't trying to be.
It wasn't trying to be, no.
And
I mean,
it just became one because it's like their interaction, the way, you know what I'm saying? It's just like a perfect team as a whole. Like, you know what I'm saying? It comes together perfectly.
And then talking about Easter eggs and even cameos, they take it even further when it comes to the post-credit scenes. They bring back a character from a previous George Lucas movie talking about Star Wars, bringing back Howard the Duck.
Howard the Duck.
So, without further ado, we're about to review this. So what would you say you would give this movie, since we can't even think of anything negative really to say, and we could go on and on about good things.
I just gotta give it It is a perfect movie to me.
Okay.
It's one of the. It's just like, it was perfect. It hit all the notes that I needed to hit. I could watch it again and again and again. It's one of those movies, and you know me, I don't rewatch movies like that. This movie, I could sit down and watch it again. I'll see.
I would give it a You guys can check out the rest of my reviews, spoiler reviews or spoiler-free reviews, breakdowns, breaking news, the podcast, and much more to come. Alright? So I want to thank my brother right here for doing this one, and you'll see us do many more coming up soon. So please share, like, and subscribe. And you know what? See you guys.